So, my name is Torma. Welcome in my studio, which is a very old farmhouse at the Maritimes, near to Sackville, in Bayverts. I should introduce first the basics, which is a good chair, a large table, and the supply of my yarns and threads and music and all the basic what it makes the place work a good working place, because the physicality of the space is one thing, but you need a mental space too to feel work, to go and keep working all the time, because if you are an artist, you're working all the time. I need to keep in order lots of yarns, because sometimes I use cotton threads or yarns to certain projects, but lately I turned into silk. And if I use silk threads because of the shine and lively colors and those qualities, then I need to get the whole range of colors from the silk too, and whole range of colors from cotton threads. So the storage space is probably more important in an artist's life than the studio or the working space itself, because you need to store the already finished pieces or the material what you use, and it's just the tip of the iceberg, you know. If one piece manifests in one form or the other, it came from 1,000 possibilities and choices, you know. Music is a huge support in my life, yeah, because it's really quieting me, get up to me, or gives me a lot of pleasure, in one word. So the morning time I really need classical music and quiet stuff, like the very classical, like Haydn or Mozart or Zauberflöte or something like that. And if the time goes and I am getting tired, I really need more dynamic music, and even oldies, and if I am really tired and I am not able to finish because the deadline is there at midnight, probably I go wild. I do whatever it can keep me alive and awake. So it's nothing very special, but I really like how they get growing here in the window shell, and often use as a subject matter in my garden pieces. Because the garden and the vegetation is special interest in my life or in my art. It looks like more mystical than it is, because I use it in a very prosaic use. If I need to trace two papers, then I use it as a weight. But it gives me a good luck, probably, because these are my husband's sculptures, and this was one of the first one what I've got for my, I don't know, for one of those special reasons or events in my life when I was very young. So, and we immigrated. we dragged them all around the world, and I use it as a weight. So those are the weights. And what else? Oh, I went to Charlotte, North Carolina, and the ceramic artist became my friend. And this one, this is the couple when we immigrated. My friend, my best friend from the university gave this for us. This is the girl, and it has a boy. And I keep it. I think it's so nice, and it's just. Otherwise, I really need to be very spare with the space. I am not allowed myself to get emotional and stuff things here. I reserve the office space to the family photos and my grandchildren and stuff. Here is probably everything is connected to the work. These are my Paris material, and I just came back from New York City and I bought this one. When I came to this house first, my sense was, my feeling was um, unrepeatedly good, because I never owned a house before, and that's our first house in Canada. And I hesitated which one will be the best for work, because it's always a priority in my family. Work is first. We are all artists, and the other every function can push back, but the work should have the ideal position or ideal everything. So, and we came up to upstairs with my husband, and he told me, okay, this is the best room upstairs, that's yours to work. So that was that was the first step. And the another step was I bought a tremendous amount of white wallpaper. And I wanted to white out every single corner and every single room. And I made it successfully, but my son came back from school, and he pointed out, oh, this wallpaper, I love it very much, so I have a small corner of that wallpaper just to remember the original state of the house. A good space in any kind, studio space or other places, it's really, if you want to sleep in a good condition, you need a really good bedroom, like quiet, clean, and well ventilated, whatever. If you want a good kitchen, everything needs to be in hand, and it's same with the studio. It needs to be really practical, and for me really simple. I am the master of my time, which is really nice, and I can structure the day what my project needs. Before, it was a party time, when I was young, we didn't have any other space, just the studio, and the whole night things happened in the studio. And it was fine and good, and huge talks and chorus and everything was that. But not anymore. It became very, very private and quiet. Yeah, probably I am more serious about art making than I was before, And this is my only activities now. When I was a full-time mother, I don't know that what you can say, that if you have two small kids, then it's require a lot of your attention and time, and if you take it seriously. And the art making was just a part-time, but now it's different. And I'm happy for that. To be an artist, it's an interesting question. I never thought for that, but it's probably came gradually to me. I wanted to be many other things before I decided that's probably work best if I go and educate myself in a university level as in the arts. And it came later, because first I wanted to be a doctor and those kind of things, doing something with biology, but at the end somehow I became an artist, and I went to the school and all the way. You know, it's if someone is an artist, it has two choices: embrace the situation, what he or she came from, or totally work against it because you just really want to make different life and different statement, you know. It's, and both is valid, and it just depends from your personality what is it and what you want to say. For me, the work gets the ideas, because the material and the quietness and things, it's when the ideas coming, and I used to write down when I'm working, and I collect little papers when I write down what I should do next, because the next will be so long. To finish one work, you know, it's quite a bit of time, and I can't wait to get into the new one. And sometimes ideas fading when I am able to open myself for new ideas. The embroidery itself gave me a sense I am a visual artist, which is really an interesting thing, because it's really used to be a craft medium, and I never took the embroidery as a craft. And interestingly, I became a visual artist with this very traditional craft medium, which is really a wonder for me too, you know. And that probably was a big turning point in my life, realizing I can make a statement in a visual art field with this very traditional craft medium. And the last project is always your most exciting project. The hand embroidery is very in center in my life, because I was very young when I learned the technique itself, and then I don't need to think about how can I do that. Interestingly, I learned drawings in the art school, and that was intense, really massive, live drawings. Probably it went for 5 years in my life. And it's never became that sense, that very cozy relationship. If I want to visualize something or build visually something, I don't go to the pencil and draw, you know. I I go to the piece of clothes, and I can embroider more easily and without thinking a lot. I really like quiet places, and I am the worker of the culture, you know. I really the ideas, and it's a human history what I'm interested in, and I'm a cultural being and a biological being, and it's, you can really combine well in this corner of the world, because if you want something from the university library, you can go there, or if you occasionally go and gather at the openings, then you can feel you are in the community when the art is present, or the swimming pool is there, you know, those things which makes life really nice and civilized, which we need that, you know. I have lots of, you know, few acres of Canadian land in my hand, and I can clear it, yeah, I can cultivate beautiful things if I want. I can eat them, you know. It's quite a challenge and fantastic. If I see my work out of my studio, I am sad and happy together, because the work didn't mean to stay here. this is just a very, very humble birthing place for the works, but it's always meant to be outside of the studio. The life is always meant to be outside of the studio and meet the people and get the proper lighting and the proper hanging. I never ever able to show properly my works here because it's not for that. It's this space is for my chair and for myself and to imagine what will be the work outside of the studio.